I want to start this episode with one question. Have you ever had a week where you trained extremely hard, like you gave it your absolute everything? You showed up to every workout, you managed to push yourself, you did everything that you thought that you were supposed to do. But instead of feeling stronger, you actually felt more tired. Your lifts felt heavier, your body felt sore all the time, and suddenly you start thinking, am I actually doing something wrong? Believe that getting stronger is just about what happens in the gym. But today, Zoe and I are going to talk about something that is just as important. What happens after the gym?
This is such an important conversation to have because so many people think that the workout is the whole story. And if I do that, then that is more than enough, but it's actually not.
Exactly. And if you've been following along with our last few episodes, this one actually completes the entire picture. In the previous episode, we spoke about stack, brace, and radiate,
Which is all about the structure, your foundation for safe and powerful movement.
Then we spoke about progressive overload, how to actually get stronger week after week.
Installing the engine.
Here is something that a lot of people actually don't realize. The workout itself doesn't actually build the muscle. The workout actually breaks down the muscle. Your body then rebuilds it stronger afterwards. When you sleep, when you eat, and when you recover.
I love this topic actually. To all the listeners, we want to ask you something. Think about your last workout and think to yourself, did I actually recover properly afterwards? Like, did I take the time to recover, or did you train hard, then go straight back into a stressful situation with bad sleep, or then skipping meals? Some things to think about.
So let's start with the first pillar of recovery, sleep. And I know everyone hears this all the time, but sleep is where a lot of your physical recovery actually happens. Your body releases a growth hormone, muscle repair happens, and your nervous system resets itself when you are sleeping.
Yeah. And let's do a quick honesty check here. How many hours of sleep did you get last night? And be honest with you. I know I barely got any sleep last night because
Same.
I watched the game between Manchester United and Newcastle, and then we lost. And then wasted staying up like that. So, and you?
Me, I slept for 4 hours last night. I went to sleep at like 2 a.m. and I woke up at 6 this morning. I did go to the gym, which I probably shouldn't have done. But at the same time, I was like, you're going to go to the gym because you're going to go
But you
to the
look
gym.
like you had such a good session. You look like you had
I
such a good
trained for like
session.
35 minutes or something ridiculous like
That's
this. I don't even
enough when
know.
you're feeling
At least I moved my
low.
body. So
Yes,
that's
yes,
fine. Yeah.
yes. And because, like Danae, if the answer is 4 or 5 hours, that could be the real reason why your workouts might feel so much harder lately.
And people always ask themselves like, I did all of this, whatever, but I don't get why I'm tired. Like this is what people always say, like, I don't know why I'm tired. Why are you tired? I don't know. And then you're like, how did you sleep last night? Not the best sleep, or like I stayed up
Yeah.
late, or and then woke up early. And this impacts like a lot of the thing. Like if you think about the fact that you can't put your phone on the charger until 20% and then expect to use that phone on 20% the whole
Yeah.
day. You need
Yeah.
to leave it in the charger so it charges to 100%. Then you can get a full day's use out of it. Your body is exactly the same. And
Yeah.
this brings us to food, which is just as important because food is not just something you eat to feel full. Food is literally the building material your body uses to repair those muscles that you have broken down during your training. And the
Yeah.
protein specifically helps rebuild that muscle tissue. Carbs, on the other hand, gives you your energy to train. So if you cut your carb supply, you cut your energy supply.
Yeah.
And your hydration supports every other system in your body.
And I ask my clients this all the time. Did you eat after your workout? Or
Mm,
did you go
mm,
home and say, I'm not really hungry? Because
mm.
skipping that meal is like trying to build a house without rocks. You have to go and replenish your body, replenish your
Mm.
muscles after you have trained. Even if you're
Yeah.
not going to have a full meal, try to have a high protein snack, a protein shake or a protein bar or something that is going to spur on the hunger. Because
Mm.
sometimes you just need like a little snack to get your brain to connect with your stomach
Yeah.
so that your stomach learns, okay, I need to eat. Or it's just how you train your stomach to eat when you wanted to eat, basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to get there, sometimes if you are not hungry, have something light or have something small so that your brain clicks on and say, oh, there's something in my stomach, let me try to work. Oh, I'm
Mm.
actually hungry, etc., etc. So
Yeah.
that meal's very important.
It is extremely important, and it's important to be mindful of the fact that it is important as well. And the third pillar is something that people feel guilty about a lot of the time. I know I am one of them, and this is rest days. This is something that I used to struggle with. I don't anymore because I used to think that a rest day meant that I was lazy, and I'm pretty sure a
Yeah,
lot of people think that way. But rest days are actually when your body adapts to become stronger. Like, think
yeah,
about your sleep. You need all this time to sleep for your body to recover. So a rest day is basically giving your body a day to do what it does while it's sleeping, if that makes sense. Like,
yes,
just a
yes.
longer time.
Because the gains don't come during the workout, the gains come from everything that you do afterward,
Mm,
the nutrition, the rest, all of that. And if you think about building muscle, it works the same way that your bone will regrow. When you break your bone, calcification happens. And then in that spot on your entire, example, you break your shin and you break it in the middle, on that spot, that would be the strongest part of your bone because of the remodeling process. And
mm,
that is the same or similar process that your muscle undergoes. When you are training and the muscles and the filaments underneath are sliding over each other, they start to tear.
mm.
And those tears are basically the pain that you're feeling the next day when you can't really walk properly or whatever. But it's also a sign, yes, that I tore my muscles and now my body's gonna try go and repair it. And my body's like, protein, 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 protein. And that's why you must also supply your body with the protein that it needs in order to repair your body sufficiently as well. So everything that you're doing is feedback to something else.
Domino effect.
Yeah. And now I want to ask, do you feel guilty about taking rest days? Like Danae said, because if you do, you want to start to rethink that and start to think of rest days as part of the
Mm.
program, part of the recovery, part of
Yeah.
the uh, process, I would say.
Yes. Like, even with my online clients as well, I like put in the rest days, and sometimes they enjoy the rest days a bit too much, and I'm like looking at the calendar and I'm like, there were 3 rest days this week. Like, what? I know that you need the rest, but like, let's be real, you can't be resting all the time, and
Yeah,
that's also something to be mindful of as well. You can't guilt yourself every time into saying, oh, I'm having a rest day. Oh, I'm having a
yeah,
rest day. Then you've had like 5 rest days and 2 workout days. Like, the math is not mathing, you know? And so just like be honest with yourself. And then there's also the fact that you are probably thinking about, how do you know when your body is not recovering? Like, what are the signs that you need to look out for? So, let's talk about those. Some of the signs that could be suggesting that you might be missing your element of recovery, not do that because it is the element of recovery, but you are constantly sore. Like your body is constantly sore, workout after workout after workout. It just
Yeah.
never goes away. That's a massive sign that your body is not recovering because, like Zoe mentioned just now, everything that is important happens after the workout and it's not just the gym. So if you are continuously butchering your body and you're not giving it time to actually recover, you will always be sore. And you can
Yeah.
also notice that your strength is taking a dip actually as opposed to increasing. This means that your body or your muscles are fighting to actually take up their stance in strength because you're
Yeah.
not allowing them to rest sufficiently, so they can't show up for you to their full potential. It's like
Yeah.
a boss that's constantly asking this one worker to come into work all the time and do the most, and he never gets a day off.
Yeah.
Eventually, his performance starts slacking, and he doesn't become your best
Yeah.
employee anymore.
That's
So,
such a good example.
I love analogies.
I
Sometimes,
love
honestly, it
it.
comes to me like I don't even think about it. I mean, even I'm like, whoa, okay, that's cool.
Oh, I'm
And then
doing things. I'm doing things
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. My brain actually works. It's good to know it actually works. Joking. And then another one is if you constantly feeling tired. I think
Mm.
this is the main one where you wake up in the morning maybe and you're like, okay, I'm feeling good. And then in the middle of the day, like 11, 12 o'clock, you have a dip in your day, like
Yeah.
clockwork. There's always that dip. And then you feel like you're over this day, you can't do anything, you don't have an appetite, you just like can't focus, you can't do anything. Or you actually wake up feeling tired before your day even started. You
Starts.
slept
Yeah.
but you are still tired. And these are massive signs that you are just doing too much.
Yeah. Or if your mood feels low or you're feeling more irritable than you usually would, those can also be signs that your body isn't recovering properly. So
Mm,
pay attention to all of these things.
yeah, definitely. We actually want to give all of you listeners something simple that you can follow. And you can think of this as your recovery checklist. So, people always say, like, try and sleep 7 to 9 hours per night, which is the sweet spot. But obviously, we all need to take into consideration that not everybody's life is the same. Not everybody can get that 9 hours of sleep. But ultimately, try and aim for seven. If you can't get to nine, at least try and aim for 7 hours of sleep. Whether you need to cut your TV time, whether you need to eat your dinner an hour earlier, or whether you need to change your whole entire nightly routine,
Yeah,
it's not just sleep, like people say. It's very
yeah,
important. Eat protein with all your meals if you can. Protein is your best friend. Zoe and I have said this so many times. Drink your water throughout the day. Like, make effort to get a bigger bottle to keep it in. We did an episode a couple of weeks ago, even maybe months ago, about building habits. And this is where you need to build these habits to add protein to your food, keep your water visible, take the rest days, 1 or 2 per week, depending on what your body needs.
yeah. And recovery doesn't mean doing nothing like that. You can still go out for a walk. It just means giving your body the opportunity to rebuild, to calm down, to not be in a state of adrenaline all the time, and to focus on your parasympathetic nervous system. That's all that recovery means. So now that we have the full system, first we built the structure and then we installed the engine. And today we handed you the fuel.
Form, progression, and recovery. That's the full picture of strength.
Now we want to hear from you guys. Which one do you struggle with the most? Your sleep, nutrition or taking rest days, let us know in the comments, and we're always to help if you guys have any specific questions that you want to ask us about these three things as well.
If this episode helped you understand your training a little bit better, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.
And don't forget to train with intention and live with strength. Bye.
Bye!